This is both exciting and intimidating. Look at how many people are here. This is an awesome thing. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Mark Moore. I'm the director of Owensboro Innovation Middle School. And let me start off by thanking you for joining us, for being part of the iMiddle initiative. And let me just say that I don't think I've ever been this excited about an upcoming school year in all my 20 years in March. So we're all excited up here for the road ahead, for what we have in store. And we're excited to put the hard work in to get where we need to be come fall 2019. But we're all here tonight because we chose to be here. Parents, teachers, students, whether it be out of curiosity, a desire for more, or a willingness to follow what you believe is best, the bottom line is the students will want to be here. And that in itself makes a special and unique learning environment. Something I saw firsthand at Owensboro Innovation Academy when I was there the first year. Everybody wanted to be there. And that's an amazing thing. Now, I'm not naive enough to know that there's days that you don't want to come to school. There's days you don't want to go to work. But on a general rule, everybody wants to be here, and that's an amazing thing. And it's evident by you being here tonight and how many people we have in this gymnasium. I can feel the energy, I can feel the excitement, and like I said, we're looking forward to the hard work we have ahead. But the bottom line is we want to keep that energy. We want to keep the energy through the entire school year and beyond. And we're going to do that by challenging your child, asking your child to think both independently and within the group, by asking your child to show what they've learned, to apply what they've learned. We'll keep this energy up through high expectations for your child. We not only want to teach the curriculum, but we want to help your child learn how to organize and present their thoughts, how to manage a complex project in a limited amount of time, and how to collaborate with members of a group. All things we do on a daily basis. We want to close the divide between the world of work and the world of the classroom. When our students leave iMiddle, they'll have much more knowledge than can just be put on a bubbled-in test. We will connect our projects with people from across the hall, from the other side of town, and across the world. There will be opportunities for students to collaborate with peers and experts and everybody in between. We want to create the perfect marriage of home, school, and community at Owensboro Innovation Middle School. If we're going to ask our students to be active in their learning, to be moving, to be doing, to be arguing, then we have to set our expectations and norms early, and we have to reinforce them often. That is why our first 3 days of school will be solely focused on team building. Okay, before we even start a project, before we even get into content, we're going to start the hard work that is working together. I'm excited that our students are going to be offered a wide array of related arts classes. And for those of you who are from the elementary specials, okay, we have a wide array of things that we can offer there. I'm excited for our 6th graders. They get to sample all these, and then we'll get to make a choice on what they like best, and we'll be able to dive deeper into that course. So we're very excited to be able to spark the interest in our students from 6th grade moving forward. But let's get to the real reason why we're here tonight and why I invited you to be here. I wanted to introduce you to our iMiddle staff because an important part of our success in our school and any school, whether it's project-based learning or traditional, the parent-teacher relationship is the key to success. Okay, and we're asking you guys to think in a different way. We're asking our teachers to teach in a different way. We're asking the students to learn in a different way. So we all have to be on the same page to be able to get over those humps, to be able to overcome those obstacles. We have to be in communication, and we have to be on the same page. And that starts tonight. And before I introduce everybody, we've got some cookies in the back. We've got some bottled water when we're done. When I'm done talking, Dr. Brake will say a few words. We'll have some questions. But the main thing, above all, I want you guys to hang out, have a cookie, talk to us, If you have individual questions about your child, we can answer those and get to know each other, because this is the building block. This is the foundation of what we'll do. But let's get to the main reason why we're here. Guys, just to give you extra embarrassment, stand up when I talk to you, when I say your name here. Let's start with our guidance counselor for next year, Miss Kim Dosimo. Kim is probably one of the most kid-centered people I've ever met. She has been with me from the beginning of this initiative, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad she's in the trenches with me, and so thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. Thank you. Next up, Nathan Hart. He'll be teaching math. Nathan went with us to our first exploratory visit to Lowell Middle School up near Chicago. And ever since then, we've been full of excitement. His excitement has been infectious to me, and he's had a lot of great ideas. He is ready to move forward like we all are. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. Ashley Nash. She'll be teaching English and Social Studies. She'll have a dual role next year as both parent and teacher. So we'll look forward to that unique perspective and designing our projects and building our culture and moving forward. We really look forward to that. Thank you, Ashley. Cody King. He'll be teaching Social Studies. Cody's one of our younger teachers, but I swear she has the soul of a seasoned teacher. And teaching is definitely her calling. She is amazing at what she does. I'm very excited to have her a part of the team. Thank you. Wendy McLean. She'll be teaching English. Wendy has been dabbling in PBL style teaching for years, so we imagine that she'll hit the ground running, and she'll have that foundation that we can all kind of build on and draw from. So I'm very glad to have Wendy as part of our team. Thank you, Wendy. Kim Howard. Kim Howard will be teaching math. Kim is the ultimate team player, and I hope that next year she passes that trait along to her students, because that is one of the most necessary things that you got to have to be successful in what we do. Is you got to be a team player. I look forward to Kim being on our team. Thank you. Ashley Hicks. Ashley Hicks will be teaching English. Ashley has the ability to pull amazing things out of her students. This year, some of her students published books that you can buy on Amazon. She's done a great job. I can't wait to see what she can pull out of our iMiddle students. Ashley Hicks. Bill Kelly. He's our science teacher. He joined our staff this year, and it seems like he's been a Red Devil longer than that, but he came from a school in Cincinnati that utilizes project-based learning, so he has a foundation that we'll definitely be drawing from, and we'll be using Mr. Kelly as a resource. Bill Kelly. Jeremiah Henson. Jeremiah gets to teach the courses that I taught when I was out of OA, so I know what he has in store. He's got a great ability to connect with students. Combine that with the engaging content of robotics and computer science. He's in for an amazing year, and I'm glad he's part of our team. Jeremiah. Lindsay Overby. Lindsay will be doing our graphic design. I don't think there's anything that Miss Overby can't do. She teaches, she volunteers, she mentors. She'll definitely be a driving force behind the culture at iMiddle. Lindsay Overby. Now we have more teachers to hire in the coming weeks. When we hire those teachers, I will introduce them to you via email, give you a little background of who they are, and you can meet those teachers face-to-face on July 30th for our open house. Now this group up here, we've got a long 4 months ahead of us as far as the training that we're going to put in to get ready for the fall of 2019. First thing we're going to do is April 8th and 9th, we're going to spend our residency in El Paso, Texas at Canyon Hills Middle School. They are another new tech middle school. They've been highly recognized throughout the nation. They are a district of innovation, and I can't wait to go there and kind of start the process of building our first projects, seeing how students and teachers work together, feedback from parents. It was personally one of the most beneficial things we did at OIA. We went up to Columbus Signature Academy in Columbus, Indiana, and a lot of the things we did our first year were from that residency, and I would imagine there's things that are still going on today. So I can't wait to see how Canyon Hills will help us lay our foundation for what we want to do at iMiddle. So that's exciting, and that's coming up April 8th and 9th. We also have our New Tech Annual Conference, which comes up. It's the middle of July. It's in Orlando, Florida, and we will be on a track that's just for new middle schools, which is great because it's always great to be with somebody who is going through the same thing you're going through. To know that there are issues that you're having, that you're not alone. There's a certain comfort in that. And we did this last summer, went to the New Tech Conference, and I know Kim can verify this. It was very helpful to be able to get perspective. People are in the same spot, maybe things we haven't thought of, maybe they draw from us, but we will get a lot out of the New Tech Conference. It's one of the best conferences I've ever been to about how they put it together, what they offer, and how they help you with the substance of what you need to do in the upcoming school year. So we'll do that in Orlando, Florida in mid-July. We'll also very shortly meet our new tech coach. This person will come on a monthly basis, more if we need, to talk and be here. Those trainings will be here, help us build our projects, help us group the standards into viable projects, help us work on culture pieces. But that's something that we utilized a lot at OIA, and I think it's something that we will definitely take advantage of at iMiddle, and I can't wait to work with that person. They're always a great resource for us. And we will continue to have our own meetings, our individual meetings about building the content, about making their class a project-based learning class. We'll have grade level meetings about how we can have cross-curricular projects and building those as we go forward. So we have the next 4 months, it's going to be a busy 4 months, but like I told them before, it's good work. It's hard work, but it's work that's worthwhile. And we all know that if it's hard work and we want to do it, it's a little different than it's something that you're forced to do. So it's good work, it's worthwhile work, it's something that will change the way they teach forever, just like it will change the way your child learns forever. But that's coming up, all those things. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the energy you've given me, the energy you've given our staff. You know, it's something that, you know, a long time ago, this was kind of a seed, and it's grown. It's grown because of what your interest, our interest, and out of a need that we saw and we've addressed. And I think that's amazing. Looking around, this is going to be a great inaugural group for iMiddle, thinking about how we can put our heads together to make your child have a successful experience. But like I said before, the main reason I called this meeting was to introduce the teachers. We have some cookies in the back, we have some bottled water. After we get done here, hang around, have a cookie, hang out, talk. If you have some individual questions about your child, we can answer those. We'll have the whole group question session here in a minute after Dr. Brake says a few words. But stick around, introduce yourself, talk, stay as long or as short as you'd like. I'll be here, we'll talk. Again, guys, thank you very much. I look forward to what the road ahead, and we'll have some questions after Dr. Brake. Thank you.
Good evening. It's great to see such an exciting crowd. I wanted just to come by tonight to say a few words to you. First of all, some words of thank you, because I know anytime you venture into something that's new, anytime you're the first, it's a little scary. But I will tell you, from the 4 years that we've worked with the New Tech Network, the work that we've seen at our Innovation High School, OIA, you're in for a really exciting educational adventure. I believe I've been in education for 27 years, and I've been all around, seen schools all over the place. And these New Tech schools, the philosophy, the approach, the culture, and the way they do school is not only innovative, but the results they get are very, very positive, and the opportunities for students are equally positive. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see this initiative continue at the middle school level next year. I do want to let you know and update you on the facility. I know that when you applied for the school, you saw some of the neat pictures of what this facility is going to look like. The facility is in the works. We're waiting for final approval out of Frankfurt. We will begin as soon as school ends on the renovation project. The students will likely have the opportunity next year to begin the year in one of the hallways and work out of that particular part of the school while the renovation is happening on the other part of the school. Remember, this building has a capacity for 700, and we'll have about 300 in here. So they'll be able to be working on one side while students are learning on the other side. And then probably around Christmas time, the final space that will be the new renovated middle school portion will be opened up to them. And so the space will be more conducive to project-based learning. It will be an innovation school space designed, really, the architects that we employ have visited many of these other schools, have looked at the kind of different flexible spaces that are necessary, and this building will be will mimic some of those spaces that we see in these new tech facilities around the country. I'm excited about what that's going to look like for our students, and I'm excited about all the possibilities with community partnerships and the work that this exciting staff is going to be involved with these students. So will the school look like it's going to look when you start in August? No, I just want you to know that when you walk in, it's not going to be quite the innovation school yet. It's really hard to renovate a school because we only have certain months that we can really do some of that work. We'll have a lot of it done, but you'll spend the first part of the year in a space that's not going to be your permanent space. So students, just be aware. But we'll have a big celebration once we're ready to move into that permanent space. So again, I wanted to come by tonight and express my excitement for this, endorse this fully as an educator in a program that I just think is an exceptional example of the way education is going to look for years to come. But also thank you again for taking the plunge with us, for taking the opportunity and seeing the opportunity and being the first. And the first that we saw at OIA has been tremendous, and I think the first at iMiddle is going to be the same way. So my congratulations to you for being a part of this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the school in the fall.
Thank you, Dr. Bray. At this time, we'll take some questions. Let's try to make them, if they're for the general group questions, if you have specific to your child, we can answer those when we're eating cookies. So, anybody have questions for the group? Yes?
Will there still be a music program?
Yes, there'll still be a music program. Yeah, the related arts, all the fine arts will be available as well. Yeah. Yep.
Smith would like to know if there's going to be more than 2 related arts, if they'll be able to do more than 2 that goes along with it.
Repeat the question.
Well, there'll be more than 2 related arts. Well, our related arts schedule is going to match OMS North, the alternating AB schedule, meaning they'll have a related art on a black day and a related art on a red day. Our core classes will not alternate. They'll have those every day. But our related arts will focus, and so really it's the only opportunity for 2.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, once we have your schedule, we'll print that out and give it to you, hopefully on our open house. Yes?
Do we follow the regular OPS school schedule?
Yes, you'll follow the OPS school schedule, yes.
Same times
same times, and we're going to be the same time as OMS North, same times that we're doing this year, 7:30, 2:30. Yes, ma'am. Lockers, right now we're talking about lockers. I'm not so sure we're going to use lockers. I think we have some other ideas that we've seen at other new tech schools that maybe take a place of lockers. We'll explain that to you guys the first day of school. Yes. So you mean at the Innovation Academy? Yeah, we'd be willing to set up something maybe where we can open the doors and you guys can come in and take a look and kind of see that. I'll talk to Beth Benjamin and then we'll see if we can't set that up. That's a great idea. Yes. And she asked about sports. Yes, you'll be able to participate in any sport that they have at OMS North. We'll be sharing those teams. Yes, ma'am. They'll have the option. When 8th graders, when they finish here, they'll have the option of whether they want to go to Owensboro High School or Owensboro Innovation Academy. They'll have that choice. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
For 6th graders coming in this year, will they have like the first option of coming here again in 7th grade, or will we have to do an application process?
Yes, those who are here will get to stay here. Yes. Great questions. Yes. Ooh. Well, I can give you an example of a 9th grade project that I did. But 6th grade project, since we haven't done any, and let me just say this too, when we do break up and you're asking questions, these guys haven't been through the training yet. So they may not know the project-based questions, okay? They may not know those answers, okay? They've done a lot of research so far, but they've yet to go down that long road. But my favorite project, one of my favorite projects I did at OIA was the downtown walking app. I was computer science. I got to teach what Mr. Henson's going to teach. And we got some community partners from downtown River Park Center, and we had an app that they created to where they could click on something, it would tell you how to get there, it would give you a description of the place, and all the contact information, and it would bring up a map. So it was really cool. We got to present it to the CVB. They used it for a temporary amount of time. They used that. It was an app that you could actually download and use. So again, it was a project that involved the community. It's a project that had a real-life application, and it was a project that engaged the students. So.
And I don't want to put Miss Benjamin on the spot. Where are you, Miss Benjamin? You're on the spot right now. If you're really interested at the content level, because you say, yeah, downtown walking app, I'm not learning history, or you are learning history actually, but she can probably tell you, and I would just talk to her because she can tell you about what that content level project work looks like. It is very rigorous, and it is, but it's also very engaging to the students. So she can kind of elaborate a little more on that if you're interested.
Thank you, Barry. Question? All one time, 6, 7, 8. Next year we'll have all 3 grade levels, yes. Well, thank you very much for sharing. That means a lot. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, question right here.
Is this going to prepare them for high school as traditional middle school would? Say they don't want to go into OIA, they want to go into just the high school.
And we've had a lot, and Beth can speak to this, but we've had a lot of students who say that, you know, they go in to visit and the colleges coming to visit and the high schools, and that it prepares them for that and to be able to take responsibility for your learning. So no matter what environment you're in, when you take responsibility for what you learn and how you learn it, you're going to do better. So I think it's a natural match, yes.
Well, only because at the high school, my daughter's in advanced placement classes, so she's in more advanced classes. And eventually she can get college credits taking those classes in the upper years of high school. Are they going to be prepared to do all of that as well?
Yes, they will be prepared. I believe so. They'll be prepared. Now, this next year we'll be offering up to algebra, and then following that, you know, we have plans to see how we can partner with OIA to offer some more of those advanced math courses. Now, the reason we're not offering that next year is I want these guys focusing on middle school project-based learning classes before we get into high school. While there are a lot of the similarities between teaching a high school project-based learning class and a middle school project, they're different. A lot of ways they're different. So I want these guys to focus on the middle school first before we move on to the next level. Yes, ma'am. Sure. Yes, she was asking about the advanced math track. And I was talking about how we're going to offer next year just algebra and then explore things going forward. Sorry about that. Yes?
Two questions. Is there a website about this type of learning where we could read about how it's worked at other schools and just kind of do our own research as to how this works and read some stories about it?
Yeah. I said she asked if there's a place, a website that you can go and look. The first place I would direct you towards is the New Tech Network page. Okay, the New Tech Network, they have their own website and they have testimonials from schools. They'll talk about the benefits of project-based learning. They have statistics of how effective it's been across the nation. That'd be the first place. But there are literally hundreds and thousands of websites about project-based learning that not maybe aren't particular to new tech. I say that because we've looked over most of them, it seems like. So there's a lot of stuff out there, but the first place I'd direct you to would be the New Tech Network website. Yes, sir. You guys are going to be a part of it. That's a big part of it. Yes, there'll be stuff that they have to take home. You may be bringing like half of a project in your car to school one day. You know, you may have to have a group over to your house to meet. You know, it's going to be, you know, a lot of the stuff that you guys do already, you'll have to do with iMiddle as well, but there is going to be an added extra factor of group work and being responsible and having to bring those things into school. So it's going to be a lot of this of what you do now, but there's going to be a little extra that you'll have to put in to make sure that that child's successful. Yes, right here.
More questions?
Yep.
If we think of questions after we leave here tonight, can we email?
Yes, and that's a great, she asked if you have questions after you leave tonight. My preferred method, you know, is for mass communication is going to be email. You guys should have my email. You should have been getting emails telling you about tonight. If not, let me know. We can add you to that email list. But that's what I'll do is deal with it through the email. Yep. Question in the back. It's totally different. Totally different project-based learning school. Those are more of alternative settings, and this is not that. Yes, Ray. Yes. We can talk about it after this, but yeah, I mean, all next year we're just going to be offering algebra, so we can look at doing a deeper dive into those algebraic topics with her. But come by me after this, we'll talk more. Yes, ma'am. How many students per class? We're still working on the master schedule now. We're shooting for mid-20s. Is what we're looking for. Oh, I'm sure you'll be doing Google Slides. That'll be a part of it. Yes, presentations. There'll be a large part of that as well. Yes. How many students? 300. We have actually a waiting list of around 20 to 30 students, and I'm glad you asked that. If after tonight you're having reservations and you want to pull out, come find me tomorrow or talk to me tonight so I can go ahead and contact those on the waiting list and get those guys in the process and in the loop as quickly as possible. I understand, you may not be happy with what you hear, or you may want to make another decision. That's okay, but if we could just do that today or tomorrow, because we need to move the ball and get things rolling. Right here.
What's your goal for student-teacher ratio?
For student-teacher, our goal is mid-20s.
Mid-20s?
Mid-20s is what we're looking for. Yep. Question?
Are you all going to go about testing in any different way, or will it go with the same?
We'll have to do the same testing, and we'll prepare a lot like we do this year as far as practice tests and scrimmages and things like that. Yeah, we'll still have to do the same tests that they do down at OMS North. Question?
Will assignments and projects and stuff still be uploaded so that we're aware at home what's being worked on in the classroom and what needs to be worked on at home through
Yes.
portal and Dojo?
And she asked, should be aware of what's going on and being updated. Besides the communication that comes from teachers, you guys will be invited to join the ECHO platform. The ECHO platform is what New Tech Network gives us to keep track of those 5 pillars that I talked about earlier in the semester with the collaboration, the agency, the written and oral communication, the knowledge and thinking. You guys will be able to sign on to that platform and be able to see where they are in the project, how those 5 pillars are being graded, and then of course we'll be in contact about those things as well. Over here, yes.
I was just saying, when they were asking about the projects, I can follow my high school Facebook page and get a lot of information on all the projects and competitions they get.
So the OIA Facebook page is also another good place for information, the OIA Facebook page. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Project Lead the Way, and that's the training that is a little different from us. Mr. Henson will also have to do the Project Lead the Way training, which I've been through because we taught the same thing, and it's one of the hardest trainings I've ever done. It's a week full of 10-hour days and homework and tests, and he's got his work cut out for him, but it is a great, because of that training, because of that rigorous training, that it is a great course. So, good luck, Mr. Henson. Yes, we'll have laptops, and those will be sent home when needed, yes. Right here, yes.
Midway through, the students decide that they don't want to do the math, can they transfer back to traditional municipal setting?
Well, before we have because at OIA, and Ms. Benedict talked about this, about fall break, you're going to have the, oh my gosh, what have I done? And the struggle. Okay, so before we say, let's just go ahead and transfer down there, we need to get together. You guys get together with us, we'll talk, get the teachers, and try to figure out whether it's a hump that we need to get over or whether it's a roadblock we can't get past. So that's going to be a student-to-student decision, something that we can look at probably around Christmas break. Good question. Yes, students will have the opportunity to participate in academic teams just like the sports, cheerleading, things like that, yes. They will. Yes, ma'am. Yes, cost at North and here are the same. Yes, the projects will be funded by the school. Now, we may get a note home, hey, we need some PVC pipe or some tissue paper or those kind of things, but yes, those projects are funded through the school. All great questions. Well, guys, like I said, you guys have great energy. Thank you for being a part of tonight and starting the ball rolling on what I think is going to be a magnificent year. Like I said before, I encourage you to stick around, get a cookie, have a bottle of water, and we'll talk more. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.